Can anybody hear me? Hello?
I can hear
Oh,
you.
thank God. Okay. Can anybody else hear me? I'm having like a hell of a problem with sound. So, let's test real quick here. I've been just going crazy for the past few minutes. So if you guys can all hear me, Debbie hears me. Okay, fantastic. Okay, now we can unmute. Hey, Cindy.
Hello.
Okay, wow, this has been just he was walking me through a little training. Okay, let's see. Somebody is making a lot of heavy duty noise here on their thing here. Okay, let me unmute. It might have been Doug. Hi, Glenn. Oh, unmute Jennifer. Okay, I think we got pretty much everybody unmuted. So if you're making, it must be Doug that had a lot of. No, someone else is doing a lot of noise on their end. I can't identify who it is at the moment. So if you got a lot of stuff going on in the background, if you would just mute yourself, that would be great. Cindy? Can you figure out who it is? You know what? It's Cullum. I think it's Cullum.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, there's someone talking in the background. Um, all right, Cindy. If you tell you what, if you can kind of keep an ear on that, that would be awesome. I'd really appreciate that. Because
I will.
I can't figure out who's making all that noise. Okay, so hi everybody. This is April. This is for us here in Thailand. It's Tuesday, April 1st. So everything we say today is probably isn't real. But for you, those of you still in North America, it is Monday, March  31st, for our strategic implementation session. Welcome to our new members, and welcome back to you guys. I've missed you. Lots to do today, and we have a special guest today that will be joining us to give you a bunch of stuff. Let's see. We're gonna keep Glenn muted. Glenn, you can mute yourselves um, just by clicking on the green microphone button. So yeah, Doug, you are muted. Anyway, yeah. So if you guys are doing anything in the background, all you got to do is mute or unmute yourself when you want to play. I do want to hear from you guys. I don't want to necessarily have to worry about the question box, so they'll come back and look at that periodically too. Okay, so we're good to go at last. I love when technology rears its challenging head. Not quite sure why my very expensive Yeti mic was not wanting to cooperate today, but it's probably not the mic, probably something else. Sunspots, or just the fact that it's April 1st here in Thailand. Um, so since you guys saw my screen for Doc and Do, let me just show you. Am I sharing my screen? No, I wasn't sharing my screen. Let me share my screen. No, I'm not on maternity leave. No, there's nothing you guys need to know about that. Yeah, David, we'll do wrapping technical questions in a minute. While we're on the Doc and Do thing, it just seems that it's probably the right time for me just to talk to you about this a little bit, because I'm going to bring my friend Frank Curtin into, not today, to share with you what this is, because it's something that is blowing my mind and it's free. So I thought that would be worth the price for you guys. Um, Let me just share with you what this is a little bit about, and we can move from here. But you just kind of came in on the tail end of a little training session. We were doing it 5 o'clock in the morning my time. Um, I've been looking for a way to streamline our operations and to document all the things we do in our business. So, setting up a webinar, there are certain steps for that. Setting up a JV, there are certain steps for that. Setting up a new product, there are certain steps for that. And I want to take it down to the actual um, uh, okay, so yeah, I see you'll be in and out, Debbie. Cool, that's great. So we wanted something that was going to be a wiki for the company, and we were just starting to actually set up a wiki within Google Apps or Google Sites, because it's free. And then out of the blue, my friend Frank, who I haven't talked to in a couple of years, who's totally cool. What we used to do product launches. I mean, really bright guy. Just popped in a chat in Skype, and you know how things sort of happen by the fluke of the universe. You know, kind of like as you need them, they show up. Well, Frank shows up, and he's introducing this Doc and Do thing to me. It's docanddo.com. I'll put that in the chat. www.docanddo.com. Anyway, what it does is it basically gives your company its own little playpen, if you will, where you can throw in all your company resources, from employee policy to process management. Is that what we were doing before? I think it was process management. So if you want to do business management, you can have all sorts of documents. You can bring your customers into this. You can have all your employees into this. It's really interesting, and we've only gone through a few minutes of training, he and I, but it's really cool for us. So in terms of what we're going to do, which is going to be all the steps of how to run the business. Now it's circling because I guess my connection's slow. Here we go. So manage, improvement, and change, and you can kind of just go down and if I was to click on like improve processes and systems on the right side of the screen, which you're looking at right now, it will have all the steps, and some of them are populated with a template, some of them are not. So I'm trying to get to the place where I was before with Frank, and I don't remember where that was. But anyway, all the things, all your business stuff can be in here for your accountant. So it's all in one place so you don't mess anything up. Client management, financial management, JV, contracts, all the stuff can be in here. And your people can have access to it depending upon what level of access you want. Now, like I said, I don't remember exactly where I was earlier. But anyway, it's really cool. And until you get into it, it may not make a whole lot of sense to you. But nice to have a complete resource to build your processes and systems. We're going to use this with our company. It just looks to me like it's going to be the perfect way to add in all those things. And by the way, you can add in media too. So let me see if I can show you, because I wanted to this was demand creation and resource management. This wasn't it. There was something, I forget what we did. Maybe it was business policies. No, but you can have your policies in here too. So when you saw the employee policies, they all get listed, and you can just add in. So if there was a thing on vacation pay, you can go here's the thing on vacation pay. Let me just move this over a little bit. So what's kind of nice is if somebody wants to add a revision, they can add a revision if they have ability to do that. And I would see any of the revisions here in the center. If I wanted to add a video or a graphic for whatever, it would be there. Comments can show up. If there's a reminder for key people, I can throw a reminder in. You can tag it any way you want, and then list your followers. So it's really cool for process. And again, Colin says it's outstanding. Oh, sorry, Colin, killed another business idea. He put a lot of money into this thing, my friend. It's available right now, actually. So yeah, it's available right now. I don't know what kind of an affiliate program he has. He and I didn't get to talk about that yet. But if we go to, I'll just go to docanddo.com real quick. Get something to drink here real fast. Oh, I think I'm still in as a user. I guess I get to log out. So because what you do is you go into Doc and Do as in two levels. I go in as an admin with a company account, and I go in as an individual account. So I got to figure out how to log out. Let's see, is it here that I log out? Yeah, here it is. I log out. I'm still learning this. And by the way, he's showing it as beta. So I found a couple of things that that will help streamline it. But it's live. It's live for use now. And Frank what's really kind of fun is that when someone's enthusiastic about what they're doing, you get caught into the enthusiasm. And this man is incredibly enthusiastic. So he's got a video that explains it, and then here's his thing. So then there's the plans and pricing. So we're on a free plan. He doesn't think we'll be needing to go to another plan for a little bit, but we're going to obviously see how we grow it, and hopefully as a beta tester, I can get a special deal. Who knows? But he's saying to me that we'll only need a free plan for a long while. But he's looking to go to the enterprise level, of course. So that's he used to do with IBM. So he's a process guy, and he's used to going to that level right there. So anyway, we'll certainly for free level, we don't need an affiliate link. But yeah, if there's an affiliate link available for you, Sheila, I'll find out, and I'm going to bring Frank in maybe next session or whatever, and I'll let him walk us through for maybe 30 minutes as to how this can work for us. For those of you that are familiar with the Institute, you know that there's five quests that we have within the Institute, and the third quest is the quest for practical operations, processes, and systems. This is perfect for what that is and for what we need in our business big time. So I can't wait to share this with you more specifically. So yeah, happy to give that to you guys and pass it along, because it will be good for your business. And even if you're doing it just for yourself, by the way, have it. Because we're going to develop stuff for outsourcers. Because, for example, for me, all my people, my entire team is outsourced. I mean, I work here alone in the condo. That's it. It's me talking to myself. It's kind of boring. So having the outsourcers have all the resources and having all the tools and all the requirements and so on in one place makes it really a lot easier to plug and play. And a lot of the outsourcing uh, classes that I've seen and trainings that I've seen talk about even using one time help so that if you need something done, you just tell them what to do, they do it, and you're done. And it's not a constant thing. I've got people that are on payroll, but if you were to bring somebody in and say, hey, set this thing up, here you go, and you give them the instructions, if they follow the instructions to the letter, you don't need to talk to them. You don't need to train them. It's all done. So if I were to say to somebody, set up a webinar, here's your credentials to go to webinar, here's what we do, here's what our standard is, here's how we title our webinars, and here's the copy to put in, they should be able to do that without my ever being involved, you see. And imagine the freedom that gives you to be able to just bring somebody in and not have to spend all the time on that. So, yeah, Sheila, absolutely. I'll set something up with Frank. So, because again, if you ask me questions about it, I'm going to not be so clear. But we'll set something up with Frank. So, yeah, let's.
Ken, do you know what entities are on this? Is that like two different websites or?
Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can get Frank in on this real quick. Let me, since we're talking about it, let me see if he can answer the couple of quick questions you guys have. It wasn't the direction I necessarily wanted to take us today, but this is about you guys and what direction you want. So let me just quickly, because you can. I mean, where the heck are attendee? Here we go. Let me quickly just do this, and 1 second. Okay. So, 1 second. You're seeing what I'm doing, so it's cool. All right, I've got it on Do Not Disturb, so I'm just going to leave it here for 1 second and see. We'll see what Frank's going to say. So there'll be business. Yeah. Oh, business. Yeah, so it's set up for whatever entity you want. Is that what you're asking me?
Yes, because the standard plan allows for two and the premium for
Oh,
four
oh,
entities.
oh, oh. Okay. So yeah, just you can.
So it
There's
sounds to me like maybe it's websites.
well, for me, what he told me to do is I could set up another entity for another one of my businesses. Now I'm only using one corporation, so I set one up for Seagrass. Um, I could set one up for each website, but I think that might become cumbersome. Let me see if Frank may have walked away from his computer. Bugger.
So Ken,
Yeah.
it's Sheila.
Hey.
So I'm on the site
Yeah.
and it won't let me input my email.
Okay, you're trying to open up an account? Oh God, I didn't
Yeah,
want to.
I am.
Okay, I had a problem yesterday or the day before, which they fixed because there was there. But let's see. I see I got a login button here because I'm already a member. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're seeing. Let me see if I can get, and I can get Frank to go over that with you. It worked for me fine. What's the problem with getting your email entered?
It won't take my email.
Oh, see, you probably can't have it then. No, I'm being obnoxious. Let me see if I can find. See, I've got a login button. So probably because how do it work? How do we see plans and pricing?
Let me see if I can do this. It'll come back probably and say, give your email.
See, it worked for me.
No, it's not going to let me get my email in there.
All right, hang on a second. I'll connect you with Frank.
I'm sorry to take up everybody's time.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I wanted you guys to know about it, but for those of you that aren't interested in this, I don't want to spend any more time here because there's some other questions that are SiteWrap related. But since Frank, hang on a second. Oh, I guess is he in already? Oh, he's here. Ha! Hang on. Is that? Well, that was awfully quick, Mr. Curtin. I expected like a response saying, "Okay, I'm coming in."
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Let me make you a panelist real quick. And oh, that is much prettier. I didn't even know about that. This page is. I like the seat thing. So Sheila, who's with us right now, wants to use it for a couple of different people, and there were a couple little questions. Frank is the developer of this, you guys. So so as I showed this to you, if you have a couple questions, I know a couple you did, and Sheila's wanting to get set up with an account, and she's having a little challenge, so I'll let you guys work offline on that. Once you ask, and we'll have Frank come in next session to to do a few minutes of demo for what this all means to you and to the business, to your businesses, because I think it's that important. Because like I said, if it's good enough for me, it's surely good enough for you. Sheila's going to want to present it to some clients, so we'll need to get her hooked up as an affiliate. I know you've got Frank's got an affiliate program that's a little bit different, and he'll explain that to you why separately. But why don't you just pop in real quick, and if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. But let's just do a couple minutes on what this will do for all of you guys.
Hey, Frank, it's Sheila. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, sure.
I'm trying to sign up, and I can't get my email. Like, there's a question mark beside my email.
Okay.
And it won't let me put my email address in.
All right. Let me take a look on mine and see if there's any issue going on. So you're on the sign up page, correct?
I'm on the sign up page,
And
it's clicked individual. I haven't clicked organization. Should I click organization instead?
You don't have to. Either one. Organization is designed for your business. Individual is designed for you to do work. So all of you will create your individual one first. The question mark is there to give you guidance as to what goes in that parameter. So, for example, if you hover over the question mark for the individual, you'll see that this is a real person versus an organization would be your business.
But it won't let me, when I click on the email, like when I click on that box, it won't let me put in my email.
So where he's typing in right now, you can't do that?
Oh, hang on, I'm not watching him. I'm watching my own page. I can't do that.
That's interesting.
I can't do that.
So why don't you hit refresh on your browser and try it again? There may be something that didn't generate correctly.
I've got Elizabeth is having the same problem. And Serena, we're talking about something that you'll definitely want for your business. It's called Doc and Do, and what it does is it adds processes and systems to your business. And we can talk about it a little bit when you get back for our group session later on too, because that's kind of important for you guys, for the Trailblazers. So for anybody who's in a business.
Now, have they tried clicking on the putting their cursor right on the word email, clicking there?
Yes. And it goes blue.
Oh, okay, refreshing fixed the problem for E. Harrison. Is that you, Elizabeth? Okay, and what we'll do, Doug, you get a good point. What we'll do is let's just get the two of you connected. Okay, let's just get the two of you connected because I got to get. I'd rather not deal with an email issue. Okay, so Frank, what's the best way?
My question quickly. Then?
Yeah. Yes, please.
I noticed on your pay plans that you had different entities possible. And
correct.
Frank, what is an entity in your definition there?
Well, actually, there's a whole support page on that, but let me tell you what an entity is. An entity can be a full-blown business. It can be a multi-location. An entity could be one of your locations. Some companies choose to use it as departments. It really is a function of it's a way to sort of segregate down and drill down into the operational components. So if your business is ABC Plumbing, and you create an entity called ABC Plumbing, but you've got 3 store locations. Well, the employees that you have, may differ between the stores. The customer base may be different, and things like that might be things you choose to manage there. So you may choose to track those separately. But at the HQ level, that's where all your common processes would be. So you have certain ways you do stuff. So this tool, just so everybody's really clear, is designed to meet the way you do business, not the way we force you to do it. You have so much flexibility here in how you choose to construct it. Once you learn what the pieces are, then you build your business using the pieces the way you do your business. So again, we're not driving the way you do it. You already do your business. You already have your successes. We just want to make sure that when you bring new people on, they do exactly the way you did it.
So you've got tons of flexibility so if it's for a website, you can do your website separately too if you want to. My only concern for you guys is you don't overdo it and have so much you have to manage that you just drive yourself crazy. So we'll get into some best practices of using that. And yeah, Anil, Frank's got trainings and stuff too. We're literally just learning this. I mean, you guys are at the leading edge of this thing. I mean, Frank and I did. I woke up a little bit early just to do a quick demo with Frank. We ran out of time, so you were watching my screen. So there we go. So you guys ready? We're gonna jump back into SiteWrap, but I just wanted to bring you on.
Can you connect me with Frank somehow?
Absolutely.
So that I can...
Frank, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Here, I'm going to type it in.
Okay, he's going to type it in, and then we can get you guys connected.
Perfect. Thank you ever so much.
Okay, so I just typed it in for you guys on there. And then, by the way, all the contact us information, that goes to me.
I want to put
Okay, good.
Pivot Point Enterprises, either of that goes to me.
And I'm putting it into the chat for you guys. Whoops. And there we go. That's to get to Frank, you guys. So it's fc@pivotpointenterprises.com.
And Frank, where are you located?
I'm in Tampa, Florida.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. And if you guys have any problems, just hit me up at support. We'll connect you. But I wanted, like I said, while you were here and while you were seeing my screen going, what the hell is he doing? I wanted to share that with you because you guys should know about this and put this in place in your business. So, Mr. Curtin, you can hang out with us or you can go back to your world. But
I'm going to go play a little hockey right now, but you're playing with a loaded gun there, Mr. Kidd.
I know. I know. I was like, I have people like, can we get back to what we're doing? And other people are like, this is really cool stuff. So, so for those
another time, my friend.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk to you later, and we'll set you up for another couple weeks from now to share this.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
And
Thanks,
any
Frank.
of those people that want to reach out to me, they can. I'll help them get set up like I did you.
My pleasure, sir. Thanks. I appreciate it.
You got it.
Okay. All right. Okay,
Thanks,
you guys.
Frank.
Thanks, Frank.
You're welcome.
Okay. So I know, as a Doug, that you had a couple questions. Let's go jump right into your questions on SiteWrap. And jump right into what you guys need before you even get in anything new and updated. So let's see what I got. And Matt cannot join us this morning. He's got internet problems. I just got a text from him. So David, it was David that had some questions. First of all, David, your apps don't seem to work on mobile and tablets. Yeah, it's broken, and it's about to be fixed. So it'll be released within the next couple days. I want to give a big shout out to Anil for catching that last week. And apparently it was something with the x-axis or y-axis or whatever. So Matt has fixed it, and there are one or two things he's adding to the updated version. I know he's done a security patch as well for you guys. So it's going to be released in a couple days. So big shout out. No, Matt should have it done. I know he's had some internet problems yesterday and today. Apparently there's some wire that was cut under the ocean, some submarine wire that's affected China and Japan and the Philippines. So he's been having to find internet around Manila lately. So anyway, but it's due out within the next couple days. So thanks for catching that. I appreciate that. We have to download. Yes, we'll send you an email, and you'll have a new version to download. And one thing that we've also added is that when there's a new version or when there's an update or when there's some news or whatever, it will automatically. I haven't seen it yet. I'm just told that it's done. It will automatically send you a message within WordPress, so that on your actual dashboard, like in here, for example, you see where we have like this little message here from WPMU Dev. Okay, we'll be able to actually give you an update of we have a new version. Click to download it. Okay, until WordPress actually does it automatically. So that's pretty cool. And that should be in place. Yeah, I'm real excited about that. I didn't realize he had already done that. So that explains what he's been doing for the past few days. Okay, so anybody else with questions? Was that it, David, or are there more?
What did you say it was that was broken?
It's not working well with mobile sites.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about SiteWrap.
Yes, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, apparently the wrap pages, and I didn't look, but from what Anil was telling me in emails, it was only displaying like half of the page that he'd wrapped. So that's clearly not working. So anyway, now that we've caught it, it's fixed. It was not a big deal to fix. So it's going to come out in the release that's coming out this week to you guys. So I'm surprised that we didn't know about it till now. We've been out nearly 6 months now, and no one's ever mentioned it. So, okay. The question is, my Facebook look very different. Is there another version of Facebook available that Aussies can't get? I'm not sure what you're talking about, David, and I don't do Facebook, so you're asking the wrong guy if it's a Facebook question. And Jim is not with us today. Because we've been running webinars together, so that to avoid people going, "Who the hell is Ken?" to Jim's list, I just changed my name for GoToWebinar. So he's not here. If you're thinking that Jim's here, he's not. So if that was a Facebook question, I'm going to apologize and tell you I have no freaking clue. Okay, has daylight savings time changed recently? Yes, Lynn, daylight savings time changed about, 2 weeks ago, you guys? Gosh, I'm the time teller. Okay, all right. Any other questions that you want me to go through and answer?
Yeah, the end of
Go ahead.
I think it was the first Sunday of March, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I schedule everything. And by the way, for you guys that are running things internationally, what I do is I schedule. Oh, that's why you're late. Okay, got it. Is it about to change in Australia? Thank you. I was wondering when it was going to change for you guys. So next week it's going to change for you guys in Australia. So then we'll kind of be on the same playing level for a little bit, at least in terms of not knowing who's changing for the next few months. I schedule everything based on USA Eastern time in my calendar, and with GoToWebinar and with Infusionsoft. And I do that because obviously that's the vast majority of people, but since I'm in Thailand and we don't change, if I were to schedule things in Thai time, it would mess everything up. Half the time my schedule would be messed up, and I would be showing up late for things as well. So I schedule it based on that one so-called standard. So just a little FYI. Okay, any other questions, you guys? I got something special for you. Something else special for you. So speak now or don't speak now. Okay, cool. So last week we ran, or maybe the week before, I have really no concept of time anymore. Okay, your organizer muted. Thanks, Colin. Perfect. Okay, so last week, I guess it was, we did a webinar with my friend Greg Caesar, and it was a webinar based on traffic, and it was a great webinar. It was terrific. I promised in that webinar, I said anyone who got his material, we would go and do a kind of a summary or an update or discussion of it at this session today. Well, it occurred to me that, first of all, we have a number of you that actually got the material, and one of you is a member of our Trailblazers coaching organization, and Colin Francis is with us today. And I said to Colin, Colin, you're kind of on the leadership track with us anyway. Why don't you lead the conversation, since you got Greg's program and you've been going through it? So why don't you actually lead the discussion? And Colin graciously said, yes, I would love to. So we're gonna talk about traffic for a little bit. Colin's going to give you some of the juicy morsels in a discussion format for what Greg did in his course. And guys, you can feel free and jump in. Actually, if you're an organizer, you can unmute yourself, Colin. So why don't you unmute, and I'll introduce you briefly. And let me go up to attendees and see where you are. Okay, where are you? You're not an organizer. You are, oh, I see what you're saying. You're not an organizer. Let me make you organizer now. You said your organizer muted. So it'll be just 1 second before you're unmuted. Yeah, I'm figured that with the chat. So in just a second. Okay, Colin Francis, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
You sound terrific, loud and clear. Okay, so Colin is coming to us from about 30 miles away, or 30 minutes, I forget which, and it may be the same idea, outside of Sydney. Where exactly are you, sir?
That's right. I'm just outside Wollongong, about 80 k's out of Sydney. Bright sunny day, blue skies, 24 degrees. Couldn't be in a better place.
And for those of you in America, 24 degrees does not mean cold; it means warm. We're talking Celsius. just to handle that from those of you, I know, from those of you to handle it. So, Colin, why don't you tell me a little bit about who you are, what you're doing, what your business is, and then let's jump in and talk about traffic, because that's what SiteWrap's designed to keep the traffic on your page. And the more we get, the better we do. So let's just jump in and play. Oh, and
Okay,
actually,
thanks, Ken.
oh, by the way, do you have a screen that you want me to share?
No, no, I don't.
Okay, well then we'll leave. I'll just throw on a SiteWrap page or something, and we'll just go from there. And if something you actually wanted to show anybody, we can just give you screen control.
No, that's cool. Sorry, I wasn't aware I was going to get hold of that, so I didn't prepare anything for the screen.
No, that's fine.
So
fine.
when you get bored with my voice, just chip in.
Okay. All right. So.
Alrighty. You want me to fly?
No, go. Let's play.
Okay, Cullum Francis. I'm based outside Sydney. I'm 59. I've been involved in sales and marketing in my own businesses and as an employee for 40 odd years. I've run 4 businesses. My last was an offline web marketing consultancy for small and medium-sized businesses. I've been out of the loop for about 2 years with a fairly major health challenge, and I'm just getting back on track right now. But I've been very much involved in keeping abreast with what's happening on the net. So I find the Institute of Totalpreneurship is a wonderful place to be, and thank you very much for inviting me to just pass some comments on the Traffic Dominator program that Greg Caesar talked about last week. Could I just say that anybody who has purchased this and gone through it, please jump in if you find my observations off the mark, or you've got anything to add, and if you've got any questions, fire away as we go.
Yeah. Let me jump in for a second, Colin. Just for you guys, this is not. Our purpose is not to sell Greg's program. Our purpose is to actually train you guys and to give you some benefits from it. And for those of you that began, that are they're here that actually have this program, and if you have, just pop in the chat, or just open your mouth and let us know if you do. But I want to use our time together. If you don't have specific SiteWrap questions, I want to use this to give you content and give you some value more than you've expected. So as Colin goes forward, I want you to understand our purpose here, and I want you to think about what can you contribute in the weeks ahead. We've got Wolfie that was with us 3 weeks ago that gave us an amazing presentation on WordPress security. I mean, which to me is so important. So and Wolfie was here. It looks like we lost him. So for you guys, I want you to understand this time is dedicated to you. So whatever you want to do, whatever you want to learn, just let us know, and that's what it's about. So okay, sorry, Colin, I just wanted to make sure I got that squared away.
Yeah, no problem. I'm, as I say, I wouldn't describe this necessarily as training, but I think what I wanted to set out to do was to kind of give a summary for those people who perhaps didn't have an opportunity to see the Greg Caesar presentation. So just summarize the content of his package, and point out a couple of useful facets. I should stress that I was very much a non-paid advertising person. I've always found that field really challenging and an easy way to burn money if you don't know what you're doing. Having seen Greg Caesar logged in for a presentation, I was in like Flynn, because he's a very well-known expert in the field. And he's put together a comprehensive package that deals with not only the technical side of putting campaigns together, but also the psychology of advertising and advert design. So you're looking at about 10 or 11 modules that cover sales psychology, advert design, keyword research, campaign selection, setup and implementation, some tools to help make that happen, some sample markets, and a success guarantee. So he has a particular approach which pretty much guarantees that you will not fail in your selected niche. the material comes in it's in video format principally. No supporting documentation, so those who want to go through it, be ready to pause and take notes when you're doing the training. He provides HTML landing pages for your sales funnel, a link to a keyword research tool which costs money. It's called Keyword Spy. He provides a keyword filtering tool. Basically, a comprehensive approach to systemizing traffic generation through paid advertising. The videos covering campaign selection, both search, display, and placement are an absolute eye-opener. As I said, as somebody who, you know, not an enthusiast for paid advertising, but looking at the methodologies that you can apply today to target your advertising are amazing. And again, it's down to are you prepared to do the work? There's a lot less work. Yeah.
So when you say it's amazing, what are your big takeaways from that? What did you learn that's amazing?
Okay. Well, I think the thing that really stood out to me was the huge potential that, for example, within YouTube, to generate high volumes of traffic without having to go through the pain of the organic development of a channel. So this is a placement of advertising at infinitely lower cost than AdWords on Google. It's a pretty much untapped market at this time, although YouTube are really cranking up now to bring in the big advertisers. But there is enormous potential, massive market, low cost, very easy to apply. I think that was the biggest takeaway, because YouTube is just a phenomenal driver of traffic if you can get yourself visible.
So if you're going to,
approach.
So tell me what you do with YouTube, because that's interesting to me for sure, and you know a little bit more. I mean, I know there's lots of potential there, but I don't know what.
How?
Yeah.
Yep. Look, in a nutshell, when you're looking at a video on YouTube, you see a column of related videos on the right-hand side. At the top, if you place your ad and specify, and you can specify where you want to place your ad, based on keywords and other metrics, your ad appears at the top of that column, and as a consequence, you are always going to show in those areas where you have targeted to be placed, without having to build up a huge subscriber base or all the usual things that are associated with organic growth. And that's not to say that organic methodologies are inappropriate. This is just a fast way to get access to traffic. So you set up your account with YouTube, and I don't have all the specific steps here in front of me, but Greg covers them in his training. And your ad is placed at the top of the list of related videos, which is where you would want your video to be if you were doing it organically, and it generates huge click-throughs. So it associates basically with subject matter that is within your target market. Did that make sense?
So well, we're gonna look right now at one page on YouTube. So maybe it'll be easier if we actually look at something together. So right now we're looking at this one basketball thing. If basketball was your target market, yep. Okay. So
okay.
What you're saying is that and there's no advertising here that I can see.
No, that's right. There's no advertising there. So either either YouTube's algorithms or Google's algorithms have not identified it as a suitable place for an ad that has, that was placed by somebody and not targeted. If somebody was targeting basketball fans, for example, and selling basketball equipment or something along those lines, they can have an ad placed where that 2013 NCAA top video is.
This is pretty cool.
Right there.
This is pretty cool. I'm looking at.
It's very cool.
We're looking at. I mean, oh my God, you guys! Looking at this for a minute, I'm getting like chills, because to me, I'm not a basketball guy. I mean, I'm not a sports guy really. But this just happened to be in like when I logged into my YouTube account, it was a recommended video. God knows why it was a recommended video for me, but I clicked it just to give you a screen, and if for basketball fans to have no advertising up here. Well, if this is Gator basketball defeats Dayton, well, that means that I should be able to go and sell like a Teespring T-shirt for Gator fans or for Dayton fans, and have this up here. Or this is NCAA stuff. Why couldn't we have NCAA stuff on the top here, and a video of the latest and whatever the heck it is? I mean, oh my gosh,
that's right.
I mean, that is
right.
This is, and there's no competition. Holy mackerel!
No.
So, and he was asking.
That was exactly Greg's. That was exactly Greg's point in his presentation. Is that the you have an ad there, you'll probably pay somewhere between 3 and 8 cents a click.
Yeah, and if you're selling I'm not a big like Teespring guy. I met the owners of Teespring recently, but I don't do Teespring. I don't know anything really about their business model. I just know that from what I understand, they're selling T-shirts. I've never even been on their website, but I'm looking at sports. I'm thinking T-shirts. I'm thinking whatever. But you could even do be a better basketball player in the backyard, for heaven's sake. You can test anything.
Look, tickets, memorabilia, equipment, T-shirts, fan clubs, membership sites, whatever you. Now, it's not your video that goes up there; it's your ad that goes up there. Okay, so obviously you direct. Somebody clicks on it, they go to either they go to a video or they go to a landing page or wherever it is that you direct them.
Which of course you'll wrap so they stay on your website. So you'll build. You can retarget. You can build people off the list. This is awesome. Yes,
absolutely.
So Jay, to answer your question, it's just a few cents a click, which is really cool. Great, thank you, John.
Ken, if you want one,
I see it.
With a link.
I see it. Thanks, John. I'm going there right now.
You're welcome.
Yep. Thank you very much. So John's giving us one that has an ad in it. So.
Okay.
Okay. We got the Temptations. Fantastic. Okay, so let's go take a look. But you know what's interesting? You got an ad. You said, John, right? Where's my ad? I don't get an ad. What's the matter with me?
Yeah,
don't forget.
Did, but this may be, how Google targets you based on whatever.
I'm gonna put this in the chat. I wonder whether you guys get an ad. That's fascinating. Okay, so there's the page that John sent us, and I'm there. I don't see an ad. That's fascinating. Yet I'm on the page. That's very interesting. The way I've been or not been targeted.
Also bear in mind. I mean, I don't know why it's come and gone from John's, but bear in mind that YouTube and Google target on IP address location, demographics, together with keyword stuff in your application or your placement of an ad. So it can vary from minute to minute, person to person.
Make me an organizer or whatever for just a few minutes, and I'll show my screen. You can see what I'm talking about.
Sure. It's
called the Sprint Family Plan.
Okay, I've heard of that. Let's go ahead and give you give you the screen. Hang on a minute. Let me find
They
you.
probably don't have it where you're at.
No, that's very. Hey, you know what? If it is Sprint and they got my IP address in Thailand, they would not want me to be seeing that. That's great. So you got. I tell you what. For those of you, let me see if we can make you the presenter, John. So for those of you in the U.S., if you would go to that link, I'm curious. Dee says she doesn't have an ad. Jennifer's got a featured video. That's very interesting. So all of you are getting different things. So
Can you see my screen right now?
I see, John. Yeah, there you go. Add by Sprint, right at the top. You guys see that?
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So you got the Sprint, and it's a 31-second ad. That's very, very, very interesting. So it's going to be all demographically oriented, which is totally fine because you want to do things with demographics. So
that's exactly right. The opportunity to target is just getting better and better as big data gets more and more sophisticated. So just a huge opportunity.
Cool. So okay.
Yeah, I want to turn it back to you now, Kim. I don't know how.
Oh, okay. Well, it's okay. I'll take it back.
I turned off mine.
I see.
So.
Not a problem. Let me. I gotta make me a presenter again. 1 second. Does anybody have something different that they want to share? I'm gonna make me a presenter back again real quick here. D said, like I said. Okay. Hang on a second. I gotta. Who is that?
Cindy.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, hang on. Let's go make you a presenter. I'm curious as to what you're going to see. Now, something on that Sprint family plan thing that John had. So you got the same thing. You got a competitive advantage from CA Technologies. Is that Computer Associates? I guess. I'm guessing. Wonder what they're selling.
53 seconds.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about that for a quick second too. And I don't know if Greg put this in his course or not, but this is something that we learned at the Traffic and Conversion Summit in January, and it's very, very interesting. If you are running a video ad, for example, on YouTube, and they click off of that ad within 30 seconds, you don't pay for that ad. The ad's free. If they leave it within 30 seconds, you don't pay for the ad. And that means clicking on the ad and doing it. Yes. So think about this. Now, of course, this is subject to change. I'm giving you information as of the end of January, but I haven't heard anything different. Now, this is a big wow because what you do is you run yourself a video.
29 seconds.
No. Don't make the video 29 seconds. What you do is the video can be 3 minutes. Doesn't matter. But what you got to do within the first 30 is, and I would keep my video less than a minute anyway. Within the first 30, I'd say, hey, check this out. I got something amazing. Come click here. And just capture their attention. Now, you don't necessarily want to be perhaps as obnoxious as, hey, watch, but you got to do something that engages them in the first few seconds and causes them to take action. And then the rest of the video can be nothing but boredom. Because the more you engage them, the more they're going to want to watch, right? So if you did hey, well, check this out, click here, and then there was nothing but silence, or a thing that's on your screen that said click here, then you're more inclined to click, and you wouldn't pay for that, and they come right to your website. So it really interesting gift from YouTube that sooner or later it will probably go away.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, you can get organized. That's you really talk about low cost advertising.
Yeah, now it's interesting. Joseph got golf in Queensland, so that's fascinating. Jay's asking about Greg's training. I don't even remember what the link is for that, Jay. But I'll look for it in a second after Colin gets back on. I'll see if I can find it for you. I don't even remember what it is. Anil's asking, aren't the ads in rotation? It's all based on their own parameters. I don't know if there's any specific rotation. When I was talking to a media company a couple months ago, when you click to go on a page, in the space of the time that page is loading, there are countless numbers of computations and stuff going on, and what tends to happen in 1/20th of a second is what they tell me. There's like a bidding war that goes on between people and different media buying organizations that will determine whose ad gets put there. So this may be just Google, it may be somebody else. I'm not sure how YouTube's doing it now, but it's pretty fascinating how that all goes together. Someone's got some noise in the background. So it's really an interesting technology. So I don't know that there's any kind of rotation per se. I think in a lot of cases it's just the luck of the that's what you see, the luck of those parameters and where the bidding is. So as for rotation, that's too linear, I think. So, but isn't it interesting that Joseph went to the Temptations medley thing, and he got a golf one, okay, and Cindy got something else that we're seeing here right now, and I mean, so that's interesting. And Joseph said the ad didn't come straight away; it took about a minute to arrive. Interesting, and that may be your internet connection. It may be their connection in terms of what their technology is. Regardless, though, if there's nothing else showing up but that, and it's on that right side, in the upper part of that right side, is there a chance you're going to click on it? And if you're paying per click, then you're only paying on the action taken, which is I'd rather pay by the action. And it's a 53-second ad video that someone's tempted to watch. Now, one thing I would tell you strategically, yeah, I'm not sure who's got that noise going on, because someone's got some noise going on in the background. If you got noise going on in the background,
It's Colin, sorry.
boy, if it's Colin, they got. I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna.
He muted himself.
Okay, cool. All right. It's not Colin. I'm hearing it again. Oh, now it is. It was Colin. Sorry. Okay. Thank you, guys. So, what I would recommend that you do is that you look at the guy right now, and you've got his. I guess he's holding up a cell phone or something. Make sure that your image is something that people will actually want to click on. You know, that's really important. I'm going to find something real quickly. I found this the other day. Let me just quickly go find this image because it blew me away. I was looking at some suggested images, and it was kind of here we go. I found it. Let me share my screen here real quick. Well, hell, is there anything else that you want to share on your screen, Cindy?
Nope.
Okay, cool. All right, let me take it back. I want to show you something that's going to be really important for this, and then I'll bring it back to you, Colin, because you got me warmed up here. Okay. So take a look. I don't know if can you see this image where it says YouTube video marketing image great on my screen? Can you guys see that? I've got four videos. Okay, it looks like it's showing. Okay, cool. So let me ask you guys a question. There's 4 videos on the suggested videos. Which video captures your attention that you want to click on? Jay says
looks good.
Jay said, yeah, he looks good. Yeah, he looks good. Right, number 2. Yeah, I thought that was genius. I mean, originally I would have thought Derek Halpern because there's definitely some contrast between him against the white, but he looks good as like, oh wow, what's that about? And by the way, it was a really stupid video. I clicked on it, and it was like these 2 guys going to visit their mom, and it was like, do I care? You're wasting my time. But they got 35,000 views as of whenever I clicked this. Okay, I mean, this is like very recent. A 10-minute pointless video. I mean, pointless garbage video. 36,000 views. Derek Halpern, who has a content-oriented video. I watched about a minute of that one, I guess. Excuse me. Only 14,000 views. This guy with a stupid video, you know, so it's your marketing. So Jesus, I hate that. Right. So, but the point is, you should run your ads running something like this. Certainly that's going to capture attention. And clearly they made a slide for this. They took a graphic of this. Really smart marketing. This one with this woman in the microphone, whatever, meaningless to me. This one with a guy holding his hands up, meaningless to me. Derek Halpern, new video about blog promotion secrets. I can barely read it, but that captured attention. That was good. Blown away by the competition here. So if you're back to the site that we're now on right here, what's going to for me? What's capturing your attention on the right side right now? As you look on the right side of the screen, what captures your attention on what I'm showing right here? What are you seeing? What video?
Straight, no chaser, like a prayer off.
Yeah, the third one down. Is that the one?
4th, I think it is.
4th was okay. That's capturing. You're getting the 4th one. What do you guys? Jay's going for the 3rd one. What are the rest of you guys going for? 3rd one. Anil's going for 3rd one. 3rd one. 3rd one. Yeah, I'm going for the 3rd one too.
August 23rd.
the third one down for us. That's the guy, 3 minutes, 42 seconds. Let's see. I Won't Give Up by Jason Mraz. Great close-ups.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Why? Why are you guys being drawn to that one? Jay, and you'll pick 4. Jay says the headshot. Yeah. For me, it's can see the details because of the color. Yeah, for me it was the color. The face is larger than all the others. Absolutely. The color. It was the contrast. Yeah, I mean the color certainly helped. I mean I'm attracted to the blue, but for me it was the contrast. Definitely his face. There was nothing to distract me. The rest of these videos have too much going on inside of them. This was really simple, right? This is really, really simple. So if we go back, for example, to what was I Finder, to the He Looks Good, okay, very simple. Even same thing with Derek Halpern. I like what he did. Again, his competition has blew him away. So the 3 words. This video, this He Looks Good thing, which I want to jump back to. I want to give you another couple of points here, and this is really important marketing for those of you guys that do presentations and for those of you guys that do webinars. Keep this in mind. You want to get this book called Leadership Secrets. I'm sorry, wrong one. Presentation Secrets, rather. Presentation Secrets of Steve Jobs. Okay, it's written by a guy named Carmine Gallo. Carmine Gallo, Gallo. You can find it online as a free download if you work hard enough. I found it as a free PDF download. Incredible book. Really, really super book on presentations. Anne-Marie says it visually stands out of the rest of them around it. Exactly. But here's the thing I want you to get from the Steve Jobs book, and that is when Steve would do slides for his presentations, which were very scripted out. I mean, everything was totally scripted. The entire experience was scripted out and rehearsed and everything. I mean, this guy was a complete pro. He may have seemed like he was just rattling or rambling, whatever. This guy had everything down to a science. I'm not sure what the link is anymore, Sheila. I love you too. I got the book, I don't know, a year or so ago. I don't have the link to that. You have to go find it online. If I can find it real quick, I will, but I can't promise it to you for today. Anyway, but here's the point. When Steve would make his slide presentations, they weren't like vomit with 40 million things that if you read it, he would be pointless. Most people, when they do webinar slides, or any slide for that matter in PowerPoint, they have so much junk on there that you don't need to be there as a presenter. Your watcher, your viewer, has already read it, gotten the content before you've read the second line, and now they're bored because they can read faster than they can hear. So, okay, so it's called Leadership. I'm sorry, what is it again? Guess what? Jennifer just found it, I think. Let me copy that. I'll put it in the chat. Jennifer, I love you. That's not just the only reason. Okay. So it's in the chat box. Jennifer just found it in Google. So I love you to pieces even more today than I did yesterday, Jennifer. And that was pretty damn hard to top. And David's got a link as well. Thank you. Presentation Secrets of Steve Jobs. I'm putting it in the chat. So you guys rock. You guys are so awesome. I love you all. Thank you for that. Okay, so now it's in the chat. You guys can grab it right here. Okay. So thank you all, and thanks, David, for that. You guys are terrific. So I love doing these calls. I got to tell you, I totally love it. So anyway, the point that I'm trying to make here is that on Steve's slides, he may have 2 words or 3 words and an image, and that's it. He gets it. So he gets it. You know, when he talks about, for example, when he talked about the iPod years ago, it was like 10,000 songs in your pocket. 10,000 songs in your pocket on a slide. A lot better than plays 4 million songs and 32 gigabytes, you know? So what this guy has going on here, He Looks Good, is, you know, it may have nothing to do with the video, and it had nothing to do with the video. It got the attention. So if you're going to be posting videos, and I absolutely recommend that you do, oh my gosh, absolutely recommend that you do, take a little bit extra time, build your slide, because you can add, when you're sending up a video, for example, if I want to save this because I actually want to watch the song. So let me quickly do let me go to upload, and it'll show up on this screen here. Okay, when you're doing it, go ahead.
Is this the custom thumbnail thing
Yes,
you're talking about?
Exactly. That's what I wanted to show you.
Okay.
And you know, if I'm doing, I guess I better do it in my video manager. It's custom. It's called custom thumbnail. So let's go to video manager. Okay, and you can create your own custom thumbnail. I would absolutely recommend that you do that. Okay, so here's Alan. Here's the Greg Caesar one, right? So this, I got lucky here. Let's go and I'll show you this. This was totally, we did this webinar this past week with Alan at Keynote. Great webinar. Really cool guy. We get lucky. So here's where I would do a custom thumbnail. But look at this one. Would this capture your attention? The Good and Bad Money with a gun? We just got lucky. So I would keep that one, for right now. But ultimately, another thumbnail would be better, Bad Money or something, and just in bold, and see what happens. If I was going to be marketing it with this one, I just left it on the site. But if I wanted a video to go viral, or if I wanted a video to perform better, like this guy, absolutely.
There's something you use to create these thumbnails.
It would be Photoshop, or if I'm on a Mac, I would do it in Preview. You can go ahead and you can create something even in Microsoft Word or PowerPoint or any of your graphical editors, and then on a Mac, all I do is I do a screenshot and it turns it into a graphic. Any kind of graphic software you have can work. Now, by the way, just as an FYI, kids, I don't use Photoshop because I don't even know it. I mean, I know nothing about Photoshop. But
you can do it with Photoshop. I've done it with Photoshop.
Oh, of course you can. Absolutely, that's what Photoshop is for, I guess. I mean, it's a graphics thing. For me, if I was going to do something like this, I would do it in. I would probably do it in Pages or in PowerPoint or Keynote, which is Apple's version of it. That's how I do my graphics. If I'm doing it myself, because I'm not a graphics pro. But what I would also do is I would give it to my graphics team and said, hey, make me a slide that says this, and they could make it up, pretty quick, with my two people on the graphics team. But if you want to do it yourself, pretty easy. They probably took a slide from the video, or maybe they were smart. Maybe they did a snapshot when they finished the video. I don't know. And then they just added their font. And I think that they're using this font and this color regularly. Look what else they did too, by the way. They did a blue background around, or a blue, I guess it's called the background, blue border. That's it, border around it. Now, Derek, again, because you got the contrast here, it's cool, but it blends in. These guys don't. This blue background, it captures your attention, totally captures your attention. So I think it was a really smart way of marketing. Okay, love you, Jennifer. We'll see you later. So bold font, bold color, and border is what this kid was doing, and it works. So you got to be succinct though, clearly, because you can't get that going on with 5 words or 6 words. It's not going to work. So you got to be super Twitter, to make it work right. But I dare say it's going to get you much better results than what these other people are doing. And simple is when you're in your YouTube channel, you're just making a custom thumbnail. And if you're doing a custom thumbnail, I'm going to click custom thumbnail and see what it tells us. Oh yeah, so you're just going to upload.
I think I'm missing something though. We were
Okay.
talking about this traffic generator thing and how you get your ads to the top, and now we're talking about how to do a custom thumbnail. What is the link between these two topics?
Oh, sure. Well, let's go. We don't have the screen again. Let's go back. It's simple. Cindy, can we see your screen again with that ad? Are you okay? Can we see your screen, or John, just to see your ads? One of you. Can I make you the presenter? You muted yourself, Cindy. Can we?
Yeah, you can do it for me.
Yes, I got
For
it.
me.
All right, hang on. Cindy said yes already, so I got it. I'm gonna get it going. I'm gonna show you exactly what we're talking about, Sheila, and where the connection is. Okay. Because this is really, really important. Okay, so take a look at the screen here. Okay, this ad at the top has an image of a guy holding a cell phone. Okay, now if you're looking at just this, and you're thinking which video do you want to click on, what captures your attention the most?
I see. So you're saying even if you are at the top, you may not be the one that gets clicked on unless you have a great thumbnail.
Bingo.
Okay, got it.
Bingo.
Thank you.
Frankly, I wouldn't click that video. I'd click the guy with the blue background still. What about the rest of you guys?
Yeah.
Right? So you got to have that contrast. I mean, so again, that's why I bring you back to this. I mean, I pulled this off to show to my guys and for me as an inspiration, because this is like, dang, this guy has it figured out, totally figured out. And we're about to post a bunch of new videos. We got like 12 or whatever new videos. They're short, and we're repurposing content. Actually, for the insider story is we've taken like last week's session or 2 weeks ago session, whatever, and we cut them up into like 2-minute segments to bring people into SiteWrap, bring people into our content. So, and I did a leader and a trailer of it to get them to take action. And we're using our existing content. So if you guys are doing any kind of coaching programs, we're repurposing that and adding a beginning and an end. Really interesting stuff. I found someone else who on the end of his video has other videos showing up in the video itself that are all clickable links that are video clickable links. I've never seen that before. And at the end of it, it says, hey, click to subscribe. It's a separate little video loop that he's already created for that. Really fascinating. My guy's going to be creating it. You'll see us doing it in a few weeks, and I'll share that with you all. But if you're going to run an ad, kind of getting back to your question, Chiwa, if you're going to run an ad, you've got to have the an image that's going to capture attention. Otherwise, you're throwing money away. And that would be kind of silly. So this guy could have done a lot better. CA Technologies could have done a whole lot better. This was kind of, in my view, a half-assed effort.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense?
Could you recap very briefly, for those of us who, like me, were not able to be here last week, this traffic generator thing, it gets you to the top really quick?
I'll let you jump on that. I'm going to see if I can find the link to the to the replay page so everybody can have access to that. So while I jump around and look, why don't you pop into that and I'll find that real quick. So Colin, are you there? Colin just got muted. I can't. Colin, are you there? Colin, you're muted. Unmute yourself. You can come back, Colin. Oh, there you go. Okay.
I've unmuted, but it keeps flashing back to you muted yourself. So
okay.
If I disappear, it's all the technology's fault. Nothing to do with me.
Yeah. Famous last words. Just don't touch your microphone. You'll be good. Yeah. Okay. So let's jump in. I'm going to go find that link to everybody because I don't know where the heck it even is. But let's talk about that.
A brief summary. The program that Greg Caesar did covers a comprehensive methodology or methodologies to succeed at paid advertising, and it is to do with paid advertising. And it covers everything. I think I covered this a little earlier. Covers everything from sales psychology and advert design to keyword research, how to do a search campaign, how to do a display campaign, how to do a placement campaign, how to leverage YouTube effectively. So it's not a software program for launching ads. What it is basically a comprehensive training package on how to do paid advertising successfully. And one of the core takeaways from that session was the huge opportunity that exists in YouTube, particularly because it's a massive market and very cheap per clicks. We're in the low cents per click. And the other takeaway is that if you follow his process, you have the capacity to model others who are successful in your niche. So once you do your keyword research and you want to find out what other people are doing, you can see he has a process to identify those people who are successful, who are selling stuff, what keywords they're using, where they're advertising, that kind of stuff, so that you can basically model successful programs put in place by others and not have to worry about working it all out for yourself. Look, this isn't a pitch for Greg Caesar's program, although it sounds a bit like it. Having bought it, I've gone through it as a person who has not in the slightest bit interested in paid advertising, I got real interested.
Yeah,
I hope that answers the question.
thanks. Yeah, I really want to be careful with what we're doing. I'm not looking to turn our sessions into pitch fest at all. So
No.
I want to be real careful about that. And I know that's a fine line. I did put the link into the replay. Just even watching what Greg does is enough education. You don't have to buy his product. I recommend it because I love Greg. I love Greg's stuff, and I would never have put him on a webinar if I didn't recommend it. But I'm not here to, I mean, if I was, I would have been prepped with like all sorts of marketing stuff. Click here, red light, you know. That's not our intention at all. But I do want to be able to share and use our time as study group time too. Because if you've got something and you haven't used it, and if you bought Greg stuff and you haven't been through it, then you've already lost time and you've lost money. And I'm tired of people buying products and services and uh, and not using them, you know, and you're throwing money away. And if you don't take immediate action to start going through it, then you probably won't ever take action. Because God knows I've got tons and tons and tons of stuff, thousands of dollars of stuff that I've never gone through, and I know you guys do too. So to me, I'd never done a bonus for anybody's purchase before, but I thought it really excited me what we were learning on the webinar. It really opened up eyes for me, and I haven't gone through it yet. Truth be told, I was like, I'm sharing I'm opening the kimono column for our conversation. I said to Colum, I said, how's Greg's program? He goes, it's awesome. I said, good. Can you talk about it? Because I haven't had a chance to go through it yet.
Yeah.
Right?
That's called sharing the load, Ken.
That's exactly it, dude. You know, I'm so glad you're part of our Trailblazer program. You know, frankly, when you have a program like what we're doing, and you're able to actually pass on sharing it, it's great. But it also, if I have you talk about something that you got, guess what you got to do? You got to learn it. So, you know, in my getting ready for the things that we're doing here, I just haven't had time to do it. I've got stuff to finish up for you guys. And we launched a new coaching program, the Trailblazers, I'm real excited about what we've done, and so I put my focus on getting them together, getting their stuff together. They have a call in about soon. Actually, what is it? It's when is it? It's in
An hour.
It's in an hour. Okay. No, we've only been on an hour so far. I've completely lost track of time. I guess it is. Yeah, it's in an hour. Okay. So yeah, we're doing call up. We're doing 2 calls in a row, and it's been really fun. So that's where I've been. Not that I haven't been playing. No. So let's see. How long do you think this info will stay strong and effective? Good question, Anil. Jay says, loving this. Thanks. So you know, the big question is how long will the information will stay strong and effective? It all depends, you guys. You know, our lives are a moving target. Um, you know, I mean, I would say, I mean, YouTube's going to always be, okay, let me stop. I'm never going to say always, ever. I got in a lot of trouble years ago when I said there's no risk here ever, and we lost our property. So I'm never going to say anything absolute. But given the fact that we're a multimedia society, you know, and that we respond to video and to audio and so on, unless they create something that is actually touchable media, I think YouTube's going to be with us forever, or until it morphs into some other kind of entity. Just because we respond to that, you know, and think about how big it's grown. So unless Google really screws it up and turns it into a non-engageable service, and you know, we all know they're pretty genius at what they've done. I think we'll see that forever. Now, how will it morph? Will the pricing change? For sure. Will more people be using ads? For sure. How will it develop? Can't tell you. You know, I don't know. But what I will tell you is that based on what I'm seeing, it's not being used enough. It's not being taken advantage of enough. So now will be the time to go grab it. And because it is a moving target, because technology is a moving target, Anil, you're going to find that next year, even in 6 months, we'll be doing something completely different. I mean, think about it right now. Are you doing today something totally different than you did even 3 months ago? So, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. You know, even with retargeting was never discussed 6 months ago. And now, you know, all of a sudden, Shazam. I mean, we put it into SiteWrap and everybody's talking about it, right? So there you go. Uh, Anil says, do this and show us how to integrate it, or I will. Fine. So obviously, Big G thought it'd be good for a long time. Yeah, for sure. Well, remember, Google makes their money on advertising, and they clearly want to throw ads wherever they possibly can to monetize. So you're going to be seeing more elements of advertising and the ability to use advertising more and more. So seeing on the right sidebar, that's important. And by the way, the terminology for that ad, I would call that a native ad. If you've seen Ryan Dice lately, he's been promoting his native ad course, which we just got actually. I'll be talking to you guys soon enough about native ads, or Jim Graham and I will be doing a webinar about that, because he's got an ad guy that he just brought on board who's really good. But the idea of a native ad is that it appears within the rest of your content, and Google's a master of that, because it looks like, and even though it says ad, which is kind of important and has integrity, fact is it looks like anything else. And so in Facebook, for example, if you're doing a lot of Facebook stuff, and I don't profess to be a gigantic Facebook expert because I'm rarely on it, when there are posts that match, it looks like an advertorial, that's a native ad, and they produce very well if you do them right. You'll either piss somebody off if you do megaphone marketing with them and get in their face, because that's their content. But if you give them a good content ad that provides value, they can become a buyer pretty quickly. So important. This again, a content ad, because it relates to what, maybe it doesn't relate in terms of what their content is, but it looks the same here. Now, again, competitive advantage, we're looking at music. What the hell does competitive advantage have to do with music? I'm not sure that makes a lot of sense. I might want, for me, if I'm wanting to, again, look at this demographic of Temptations lovers, or I guess Straight No Chaser is the name of the group or something. Is that what it is? Yeah, I guess it's Straight No pays homage to Motown. So if I was setting something up for Straight No Chaser fans, I would want to create an ad that relates to them. Straight No Chaser fans, click here, or something like that. The ultimate Straight No Chaser something. That's what I would do to make it valuable. This could get a competitive advantage. I didn't come here for get a competitive advantage. I came here to play my music. Does that make sense? So there's some relevancy. Can you show us an example of an advertorial native ad? No, I can't. Well, wait a minute. I can. Let's go do a Google search. Cindy, you want to just do a Google search for anything? Since we're looking at your thing? Okay.
You say? I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you're saying.
Just go into any Google search. Okay, and she would answer your question. Yeah, we're talking about WordPress security. All SiteGuard is WordPress security. So Gina's never heard about it because we never talked about it, she and I. But so it's not a problem. It's got nothing to do with my instant theme for business. It has to do with your WordPress, with security for your WordPress site. So just search for anything. Search for bicycle parts. No, just sit tight, Anil. I'm getting there for you. Okay, so I want to show you how Google is actually doing native ads. Okay, perfect. So on the right hand side of the screen, thanks, Cindy. On the right hand side of the screen, you've got your paid ads, which Google has always had. Mind you, they look pretty dang similar to what's on the left side of the screen, which is your organic search, right? Well, what did Google do recently? They now put ads on the left side of the screen too, and they look exactly the same as your organic search. The only difference now, it used to be like in the yellow box, but now it's got a little. So I'm surprised the yellow doesn't show up here. But now it's got a little thing that says ad, and there's a little divider bar, which is pretty small. But doesn't that first thing, discount bike parts, look the same as your Amazon bike parts, your bike parts and component closeouts, and your bike's clothing and whatever? It looks exactly the same. That's a native ad. It looks like everything else on the page. It blends in. Okay. Now again, or you may see something it'll show sponsored, like is up on the upper right hand side. That's how Google is using a native ad. In Facebook, it would be something that fits in your newsfeed. And I don't dare go into Facebook because I have no idea what I don't want to get into that. And then for a blog post, there sooner enough. I don't know enough yet to be intelligent here, but inside of a blog post, a native ad could be something that actually looks like content within the blog post. So, and that's if someone's doing a display ad. You can even have the display ad look like it's a native ad relative to what content is in there. But the idea is that it matches in. It's like an advertorial where it looks like editorial, it looks like content, and ultimately it should provide content so that way you don't annoy your clicker. Because if you do run something that is like, hey, look at me kind of thing, if you do that, then you're going to create ill will rather than creating goodwill. And to me, the idea is solid, practical, and intelligent engagement. Does that make sense? Okay, thanks for sharing that, Cindy. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's do questions. Anybody has any more questions about what we've done so far? Columnist, by the way, is there anything more that you wanted to add about Greg's program?
No, Ken. I think we've from my point of view, we've covered everything I wanted to cover.
Okay, perfect.
But yeah, that's perfect. Cool.
Okay,
I'm
great.
going to mute now.
Well, let's give you a firm acknowledgement. Thank you. Congratulate. Thank you very much. You got the clap. Okay.
I really want to say thanks for a great presentation, Collins. It was clear. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Yeah. And again,
thank you.
If you guys listen, when you guys find stuff that's important that you want to share, let's use this space to do it. Let's use the space to do it because we can jump off and we can go and discuss things. And I mean, many of you guys didn't know about the 30 seconds on YouTube, which I found fascinating. And finding things again, kind of like like that. This is a really, really, I think, important graphic to show. I'm gonna have to do a blog post about this or something, just to show you what to do here. Because gosh, that was just, to me, it was just so brilliant. So I want you guys to be as creative as that in your marketing. Think outside the box and think about what's going to capture attention. And it's really all about attention. And by the way, like I said, I don't even know that this picture has anything to do with what was in the content. I mean, the content, again, dumb content. But it's just a still picture of this guy. So you could probably do a bunch of different things. You could probably do something. She says X, she said, or a picture of a woman. She said yes. About what? I got to check it out. Whatever, certainly you could do a she looks good if you want. I mean, you want to kind of copy that. But obviously everything can't be the same. So you've got for your any videos that you post, create something. So now I got to look at something that's different. If my image was just
Ken,
like, yeah.
Yes. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to underline that that whole subject area that you're touching on now, the psychology of sales and the ad design is really well addressed by Greg.
Oh, perfect. Good. That's good. Yeah, I mean, guys, there was a lot of science to this. There's absolutely a lot of science to this. Let me see if I can show you something else just to give you an idea. This is fascinating. Something that I found the other day that PayPal did that they really screwed up. I was really surprised. So let me quickly share this with you. Let me just get this up. Let me find the link, and I'll share something with you relative to that. This is going to be really important. Now, where'd it go? I put it. I'm just going to find this link real quickly. Okay. 1 second here, and I'll share my screen. Okay. Let me quickly share my screen here with you guys.
By the way, Ken, I want to say thank you for that link to download Steve Jobs' book.
Oh, well, don't thank me. Thank Jennifer and who else put it in there? David. Okay, so and it's great. How do you link an ad on YouTube or Google SiteWrap? Okay, let me get to that in a second, Anil. So okay, so I'm using something called Awesome Screenshot. If you don't have Awesome Screenshot or something similar, get something like that. It's like the coolest thing ever. But what Awesome Screenshot allows you to do is take a screenshot of a page you're looking at and annotate it. So if you want to make an edit to a page, for example, for your outsourcers, you can take the screenshot and then make notes on it and then send it straight to them with a link. So, for example, actually I'll do this. I'll send you this link because then you guys can actually get Awesome Screenshot for yourselves. It's free and it's totally cool. So there. that's just a screenshot. That, by the way, that link will go away in a couple of days. It's good. At least when I do it in Chrome, it only stays for 3 days. Thanks, Colin. So anyway, so you can just click to go get it, and it's available for Firefox, Safari, whatever. And for some reason, it's working weirdly for me in Firefox, but Firefox has been working weird. Anyway, so it takes a screenshot, and then if you click on this, it goes up full size. You see. So let me share that. Let me show this to you. Let me ask you a question, because I asked this to my graphics person. What is wrong with this screenshot, with this image? As a marketer, what's wrong? What do you see wrong with this whole page? I'll before I give you the answer. Okay, and Gina's another good one. But okay, so what's wrong with this page? Text is too small, says Lynn. Email. I'm not sure what you mean by email, but go ahead. You guys can talk too if you're unmuted. Why is there no face? Sheila says. Good. We got a little bit of her face. Okay. Good. Good. Woman's head is cut off. Can't see her face, says D. No real call to action, says J. Anything else? I'm going to give you the biggie in a second. You guys have all missed what I consider the biggie. Click button is too small. How's the rest of the page? That was pretty much the page, Anil. That was it. Okay, shows.
Ken?
Okay, yeah.
Is it the fact that it's bill me later?
I agree that the print
letters are small.
Wait a minute, Cindy. Bill me later. The letters are small. Okay, good.
You can't really tell that it's bill me later.
Right. It says bill me later, but no image of the banner. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
The call to action. There is a call to action, Ken. It's kind of weak.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's there on the button.
What's the pain it's solving? Debbie says it's on the button. Yeah. Okay. You guys aren't getting what I'm looking for. I'm really surprised that you haven't picked this up yet. Anything else? I mean, you're giving valuable stuff. There's not a lot for them to see on the page, so I'm not really concerned so much with their copy. Their learn more button, could be like yellow or something to capture attention more. Okay. But let me ask you guys a question. Where does your eye go on that page?
What I see is that it goes to the girl.
Right.
It doesn't go to the orders.
Damn right. Ladies and gentlemen, if they reverse this...
I noticed that, Ken, but it didn't register strongly enough to mention it.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Sorry, D, you lost the audio feed. Maybe it could be your connection. We're doing fine on our side. So yeah, so your eye goes to her apron or to her clipboard or whatever. Okay, it goes. Your eye on a website normally goes from left to right and down. Okay, that's typically how it goes. But when you have an image, you're looking at the image, and what we always tell you to do is, if you're going to put a picture of somebody, for example, have the person looking at your opt-in, have the person looking at your copy. Not looking at you directly, but looking at where you want them to go, because you're going to follow their eyes. You don't see her eyes here, so yeah, that's an interesting comment. But even without that, she's clearly, the action is by the clipboard and by her apron. So if you moved her to the left and moved the copy to the right, you think it'd be more effective ad? Hello, that was not rhetorical.
Much. By the way, even though you don't see her eyes, Ken.
Yeah.
You know where her eyes are looking.
Exactly.
By the angle of her face.
Exactly, because you got her. She's not looking at the clipboard. She's looking at whatever that is, lettuce or some kind of plant. Okay. To me, they botched this ad. To me, they totally botched the ad. And I would dare say, I mean, I'm not making this up as I say it. My view is that they would probably double their conversions on this page had they just moved her off to the left. Now, by the way, this is PayPal. Okay, we're talking about a gigundous company with a lot of smart marketing people that did something really stupid. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that just because you are getting started, or just because you're just you, or whatever the heck, BS you tell yourself, if PayPal could screw up something like this, and this has been around for a while, this page, so can you. You know what I mean? You can know better as well. Okay, yeah, Doug, thanks for saying, because I was just going to say that. Yeah, so whenever you do a video, a squeeze page, or whatever you want to do, make sure that the eye goes to your image. So I don't know what my SiteWrap squeeze page is to show you what we were doing, But let me give you another. Let me give you another link. We might have. Okay. Thanks, Debbie. And ping me later about our discussion last week. Okay. So Debbie says great information. I appreciate that. Okay. So this is her. Now, PayPal did another really cool page. Let me see if I can find that for you. That I want to share with you. Let's see what comes up. They've been rotating pages. Okay. Now this isn't bad. Oh yeah, here's look at this. Look at this page. They're doing video now on their page. Is that not brilliant? I'm watching this video, and there's even a replay button. There's a pause button and a replay button right over on the right hand side. I'm hitting the replay button. What do you think about that? This is very Apple. Okay, like we talked about. The checks in the mail, start emailing your invoices. Bingo. Very simple, completely engaging, capturing my attention. I love what they did. Love what they did. It's like a video squeeze page. Yeah, Lynn says, I noticed it and ended up watching. Absolutely, me too. I ended up replaying it. Now, by the way, I didn't see the same video. I saw something different with cookies at a bakery, and the person was like picking cookies out, and then they had to have an arrow here, and I want to watch it again. I don't know, but it's like it makes no point. The guy's just sitting at his desk working with a cup of coffee. Doesn't have any relation to emailing invoices. The guy looks like he's an architect or maybe a builder or something. No idea. He's got some cute chairs, but now they have the rest of their page right here. And here's the cookie one. I mean, this was from the cookie one. Those were the cookies. But now it's an engaging, excuse me, an engaging page. So being creative really works. So as much as they were dumb with other image, they were pretty dang bright with this. He put his coffee on his drawing. Ouch, I'm a drafter. Right. Clearly a dumb thing, right? It's like putting a drink next to your laptop. Never, ever, 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 ever do that. Never do that. Trust me. I know all about that business. So are there any squeeze page software suggestions for this? There is a plugin that we bought a few months back, Anil, and I don't remember what the heck it is. It was a hard time for me to actually find it for my team. When we do relocate it, I'll let you know what it is. I don't remember exactly what it was. But what they were doing with that, it allowed a YouTube video in the background. And I know Lead Pages does it. Yeah, it's for WordPress. If you have Lead Pages, you can run a WordPress video in the background. We have Lead Pages, and I just remembered that, so we'll probably want to add something. There was one person that had like a skateboarder in the background and so on. And again, it captures attention. This, I want to watch it again. I don't know why. It's like stupid for me. I think it's like totally stupid to watch this guy with it, but I want to actually click the button to replay it. So I'll do it. And what's interesting, some of these video squeeze pages, they just rotate. They just keep going over and over and over again. There's one that I think Lead Pages uses a demo that was like a New York City or a street scene that was going super fast. You know, it was like time release or time play or whatever, and it just kept going over and over again, and that's what it did. I kind of like this with the replay, because it's like, okay, I'll play it again. How did it work? It engaged me. Now, the big question is, how effective is it going to be for the click? Lynn says she's missing drafting. So, my question about it is, and here's something I want you to think about, ladies and gentlemen, is that with all this stuff and all these engagement tools and tricks and shenanigans that are being done, I like that word, shenanigans. My question for you guys is, does it increase conversion, or is it just add more clutter? And are you not better with just being simple and going back to basics? Like, learn 7 ways that you're screwing up your marketing, or the number 1 way your marketing could be tripled. I mean, just keeping it really, really simple. That's a question. So Anil's gave us a link for Lead Pages. I'll tell you, if you want to sign up for Lead Pages, I'll give you an affiliate link. No, go ahead, whatever way you want to do it. I don't care. But Lead Pages is pretty good. and we started to use it actually again because it makes it really easy, and they do automatic tracking analytics right within the, the pages. So, for example, we did a webinar registration page the other day, just to keep things simple because I couldn't edit some of my own code. Well, not my code, but our company code. And I went to lead pages, and it showed me that our webinar page converted at 32%, which is cool to have that right in front of you. So there you go. Thanks, David. Appreciate that. So he says another great session. Cool. So the idea is not to overdo the sensory element, but always test. I mean, like I said, I love what they did here, and I am wanting to share this with other people because I think it's cool. So there's a viral element potentially, although because PayPal kind of rotates it, no one may necessarily see it. Okay, if I did it in another browser, I would come up with another page. But again, it's getting a result. Again, what's their click result on this page? Don't know. You see how long this lasts because people just started using this. I saw this I think yesterday for the first time. So again, keep things as simple as you can, so that you don't complicate things. Again, simplicity just flat out works. It really does. The squeeze pages that you're seeing, that let's try this one here. What was it? Wrap dash. I have a thing for it. Wasn't hide accelerate. Here we go. This is Evan Pagan's accelerate squeeze page. I think he's left it alone. Let's take a look at what we did. You'll notice it is a wrap. I practice what I preach in most cases. Let's see what he did. Yeah, here we go. So he's using the same idea. New video, 37 websites, plus 2 most powerful marketing things. This is all he's giving you. Nothing else to distract you. And he's got, this image of the palm trees is not focused. It's an unfocused picture. Then the palm tree leads you into the, right? It's interesting. This palm tree leads you right to begin to the word new. Right there. I mean, it's just exactly where your eyes are taking you. I mean, could it be any more like, go here right now, right? And a very simple page. Very simple. Evan's getting into orange these days. Don't quite know why, but obviously Evan's real big on testing. It's kind of convenient that it matches our return to site button. But again, simple. Very, 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 very simple. And just put your email address, show me the free video. End of story. Okay? So, we wrapped it so it works. He's got his copyright stuff in here. But this is it. You don't need to do anything more than that. It's converting for him. Now, by the way, our promotion, we made no money with Evan this time. I was disappointed, but it didn't produce for us. And I think his stuff is brilliant. I mean, everybody should be paying attention to what Evan Pagan does. Okay, so you're going to find that even though you like something that you promote, your list may not. Your group, your tribe may not have the same level of enthusiasm that you do. Just be aware that some things will be duds. Okay. All right. There was another question here that I saw. Let's see if I can find it. Any other questions, you guys? Jump in. Trying to see if I found that other question, but I don't see it here. So, any other questions, you guys? How do we link? Here we go. How do we link? Okay. How do we link? Thank you. A YouTube or Google ad to a SiteWrap page, and do we use that? And should we add that page in the menu list? Okay. Good question. So one of the big advantages of using SiteWrap is that when you are when you're setting up your videos, if you want to put a link on the video, you want to do an annotation, for example, you can only do an annotation for, let me see if I can go back to my YouTube account. Let's see. Okay, so if I wanted to do advanced settings, let's see where I do this. I haven't done this in a while. Okay, monetization. Hang on a second. I got to figure out where I edit this. I don't remember. I haven't done an annotation at all. Here we go. Annotations. Duh. Go right at the top. And I've got to make it an adjustment here. But you would just you find a place where you want the annotation. Whoops. You find a place. You find a place where you want to do the annotation. Maybe it's like at 55 minutes, where at this point in in the video. At this point, I want to add it. And I could say, isn't this great stuff? I could just put a little comment in there. But if I'm adding an annotation, okay, let's just say we're going to do a note. So I can type in, this is a note, okay, and you'll see it appearing right over here, and that can be moved. I'll just move, maybe we can see it better. And then if I add a link, I can add a link. Let me close it at the so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, actually, I'm closing up I can't see on my window here. So you can you can do a video link, fundraising, and so on. Now, for some reason, I've got a problem here. I need to link my own site to it. I can't go to an external link right now, and it's a problem I need to figure out. But you'll be a place it'll show you external link, okay? And I've got to adjust my settings somewhere along the line. Something got messed up. But you would put the link in, and then you can go to another video, or you would link, in this case, to your external site, and start the video link at whatever time, okay? Now, it will only allow you to go to your site. So somewhere along the line, and it's just an issue with this account. I haven't figured it out yet. But you'll be able to do that. But you can only go to your own site, which is why using SiteWrap is so important, because what Google will do is they'll give you a one line of HTML code that Google checks to see whether or not it's on your site. If it is, then it'll allow you to put that URL in the link area here. So that's how you do it very simply within YouTube. Okay, and you can only hang on a second. And you can only do it, like I said, on your own site. So if you're, for example, in this case, this is Alan Akina's thing, right? So I can only everyone should be looking at what Alan Akina does with financial stuff. He's got a really great program that he does. So I can't send you to Alan Akina's site. And the link that we did in the webinar, I think was totalpreneur.com/101, I think. So that's my own page. It's not wrapped. It's an affiliate page, or there's, actually, it's a forwarding link. That may not work. That's a forwarded link. It may not work because that's going to take you straight to Alan. I'd have to wrap that so it actually lands at totalpreneur.com, and then I could put that into the annotations. Okay. So Jay, go ahead, Chiwa.
What do you do? This is not about the wrapping aspect. This is about using annotations.
Yeah.
I tried to put up a link in a video the other day, and it may be because there's some confusion between my channels. I don't know. I have two channels in the same, the same account.
Yeah.
But when I put it up in one of them, the link went on and was clickable in the video, but then I realized it was really in the wrong place, so I tried to switch it to the other channel. And I set it up, and I put the link in, and this is to a video that is on my site, and the link will not stay in. It had me set up there's a little box that you draw somehow. It wasn't quite the way you showed it here. There's a little box that you draw in the video as to where the link is supposed to go.
Yeah. Okay. So just to stop for a quick second.
And the box is there, but there's no link in it.
Yeah.
It's the note box.
I'm having a problem with that too. So not so much moving it from one to the other, but I'm having a problem right now. As you can see, I can't do an external link annotation now. I don't think I've set up totalpreneur.com. I set up boostyourpractice.com, but it's still not letting me do that. So and maybe it's because, again, this is a newer YouTube account rather than my Kenergizer YouTube account, which we were using previously, or Boost Your Practice, which we were using previously. So it's probably I just haven't set this up yet. But I can't tell you why your thing is not working, because I got to figure out my own. I wish I could give you more detail on that. I've not come across that. So I'm kind of just doing the basics here for what an annotation is. And so, Doug, this is recorded, not to worry. Doug, what we're doing is, Anil asked, how do you run a YouTube link to your SiteWrap page? And so what you do is you're doing it with an annotation inside of your YouTube video. And when you're editing your video, you just click on annotations to get here. It's really that simple. YouTube has some amazing tools. I mean, there's a whole YouTube video editor and stuff, which I tried playing with and I didn't like. It seemed very, very clunky to me. but it's all here. They allow you to do all sorts of cool stuff. So there's a lot of interesting annotation technology that we're just starting to learn. And like right now, this is just a text annotation. But what I saw was a video that at the end of the video, there was a video playing here, and this little area on the left. There's a video playing on the right, and there was a larger video in the center that had a little skit of an actor saying, I see you on a click. I see you on a click. Please click before it fades to black. Please click. And it was like really cool. Another one was be a sponsor of our Kickstart campaign. And I mean, it was a promotion. And then below that, there was the actual click to enroll. It was fascinating what they did. And it was engaging because there were like 3 little videos to watch. It was like total sensory overload. How effective is it? I don't know, but on every video it appears on their YouTube channel. So, lots of cool ways that you can use this. But again, if you're going to go to an external page, you can't. You got to only go to your own page. So if you're going to promote someone else's product or service, it's got to go to your page. So, and my link for this was a forwarding link. So it wasn't a wrap link, and I would not be able to do this because it would never get to my website. Okay. So
but you could do it if you set up a wrap page with the
yeah.
Yeah, you could do it with a wrap page.
Yeah, with a wrap page, absolutely. I would wrap it. I would absolutely wrap it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and Serena, to access the replay of this and every other session we've done, it's in the members area. They're all in the members area, which, by the way, we are redoing. We're doing a complete new site design, so it will be easier to use. Excuse me. The videos will be more. They're logical. They're in date order, but they'll be more easily because right now it's just a long scroll down. We'll make them easier for y'all. But everything we do is recorded. So it'll be there for you for sure. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
It's Cindy.
Yeah. Hi.
Can you look you on your screen? That's your screen. Down there where the little check mark that says link is.
Yeah.
And you say video. Can you push that down arrow?
Yep. Hang on a second. I gotta move my control box over here. Okay. So I have the ability to go to playlist, channel, Google Plus profile, subscribe. So you can go to your Google Plus profile if you want. A fundraising project, which I thought was kind of cool, and to sell merchandise.
Okay, so my point is that I'm not sure exactly how this is done because the magical Gina did it for me.
Yeah.
But mine says associated website.
Exactly.
And
that's what.
You remember that we had to set that up on the outside before we got here, and I got my annotation to work just fine.
Yeah, exactly. You got to set it up. Now I don't remember how we do that, and I gotta. Let's take a look at this. Learn more about video annotations. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I've done it before, and I just needed to I'll put this. Here we go. Let me quickly put this link in for you guys into the chat because I knew that I was going to need to do this within the next few days. Wasn't planning on doing it today. I put a link in for video.
Would you click there on the right where it says associated website annotations?
Hang on. Go to your channel, advanced tips, type of annotations, what don't show up, annotations on YouTube. Learn more about annotations here. Annotations do not appear on custom YouTube Chromos players, tablet, and TV devices. Okay, that's fine. Annotation types. Add a link to an annotation. Here we go. Let's see what we do here. Here's just the instructions on how to do it. Go to your channel, how to access annotations and add them to your video. Go to your video manager. Okay, this is the instructions. There's a setup that you've got to actually do. And create and edit them, associate website annotations. Let's look here. So, but you got to do it before you actually get into your video. So associate, here we go. So add your website as an associate website in Webmaster Tools, and it'll give you a link. So you'll do it here again. The page I had that I gave you the link for. Just go to the right hand side, click Associated Website Annotations, then go into Webmaster Tools and follow the instructions, and it'll show you. And then it'll show up like this: Associated Website. We need to redo that for some reason. Maybe someone took the link out of our website or whatever, but we need to redo this. And then it'll show you this on your drop down. That's the one thing that's missing from our drop down. Okay. So that's That's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's how you do it. It's not difficult to do. You just have to actually go do it. And if you don't know how to put that little piece of code, that one little line of code on your site, then have someone on Fiverr to do it for for $5. It's just you do it with FTP, and all of you should have some basic FTP. I'm not going to teach that at this because I'm sure I can actually teach you. I just know how to do it. But you would just use, in my case, you would use this, which is Transmode. There's a lot of FTP things. Put it in your main directory as they tell you to do it, or give it to your webmaster to do. And it's nothing to do. It takes you like just a second, and then they'll do a verification. Bam, you're done. Okay, so that's kind of a convoluted way of showing it to you. But you've got to have this enabled, or you can't do your external annotations. It's associated website. Does that help a little bit? I hope.
No.
No? Thanks for
It's
that.
actually pretty cool.
No.
Okay.
That's okay. I'll figure it out. I'll get Gina to do it for me or whatever.
There you go. Well, that's why Gina makes the big bucks. She does this a lot. But what you're going to do, you've got to go ahead enable your account for external links. So we did it. I didn't see the on my website. I didn't see that I needed to enable it. But for some reason, I'm gonna have to go back and check. Something got messy on my end, so I can't show you enough. But follow the instructions here. I'll put this in here too, just for this as well. So because you just gotta follow the external link tools and they really got some great support, better than what I can do for you. Because I don't do this on a regular basis. I know Gina does this a lot for everybody. I don't do this for anybody, and once you set it up, you can forget about it. So I only remember things I need to remember. I would be going to this page, which I'll be doing later after our Trailblazer call to get this organized, because we need that for my video guy to get finished up. So, guys, we are 4 minutes away from D-Day, so let's do takeaways real quick. Time flies when you're having fun. I appreciate you all being here and sticking around. What are your big takeaways from today?
This is John. I really like the simplicity thing about Steve Jobs. That could be very effective.
Thank you. Who else?
This is Sheila.
Who's this?
It's Sheila.
Hey, Sheila.
Well, first of all, the doc and do, brilliant. And we can talk about affiliates and all that kind of stuff. The second thing is, every time I sit on one of these, I realize how much I really don't know. So it's always good before bedtime to know what you don't know, because then you can dream about it all night. So thank you, Ken.
Oh, my pleasure. I appreciate that. No worries. That's great.
You have a great day.
That you too. Well, we're trying to not have you feel that you have a vast majority of unknowing. We want to just fill in and give you more knowing. So that's my objective for you guys. Doug says it's the 30-second YouTube thing. That's great. Jay says the jobs book and the YouTube information. And awesome screenshot. And make your crazy list, right? I'm not sure what you meant by that, Emil, but okay. So cool. Any other? Let's see. Like last night, like the YouTube information. Thanks, Leonora. Good to see you, Leonora. How are you're in Brooklyn, right? How are things in Brooklyn today? Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Any other takeaways before we call it? Okay, you guys, thanks. It's always fun to hang out with you guys. I never know what we're going to do. I always wonder, what are we going to do today? Colin, I want to give you a big shout out for your contribution today. Really appreciate that. He's already left. He's getting ready for our next call. Let me give you an invitation. I have not sent out a gigantic email about this. I think I sent out, no, actually I did not send out an email about this. Oh, Queens. Okay, perfect. I used to live in Queens. So we created something called, we created a couple different membership levels for the Institute for Entrepreneurship. We created the Trailblazers, and we created the Pathfinders. If you're thinking about things like basic and gold, Pathfinders are our basic and gold is Trailblazers. I didn't want to do basic and gold. I thought that was kind of rank. So I'll show you the page, and because we finally have a page. When we were doing strategy sessions for some of our new SiteWrap members, and I've offered this to all of you guys, and I'll send another invitation out during the course of this week. It became obvious that we needed to do coaching. I never wanted to do coaching, ever wanted to do coaching, because I didn't want to be tied to a coaching platform, and like I wanted to be a free spirit and not have to be on a schedule. But I've realized since that that's also insanity. That's not going to happen. And I also realized in talking to a few people over the past few months that they really needed help, and I would be the one to help them. It was like I wanted to protect them, and like a father, I felt that I needed to do something to help everybody. So I created. So there are a number of different membership levels. Excalibur is um, Excalibur is our giant one they'll take you to Nepal, and that page is coming up soon. But to get started with us, the two levels are the Pathfinder and the one that's really been getting members. And let's face it, from a marketing standpoint, Pathfinder leads into Trailblazer. Trailblazer is 1 hour. I'm sorry, it's one meeting a week, 2 hours a week with me and the group. It's kind of no holds barred coaching. It takes it deeper than what we're doing here. We did a website analysis last week for one of our members that was terrific. Not sure what we're doing yet today. We're going to find out when we get into the space. You also get a really cool assessment with the Institute that helps figure out just what your aptitude is as a totalpreneur, and that's a really cool thing. Matt's implementing that right now. We're finishing up the testing on that. You get 20% discount on all of our stuff, and that's cool. And then we're creating the Totalpreneur magazine that should be out, I'm hoping, at the end of this month. And members of Trailblazer get their own column, so you can promote yourself for free with content. And obviously, we're going to be wanting to monitor the editorialism so that it's all content, and of course to get them to link to your site. So that's all part of Trailblazer. It's $97 a month. Normally, we do a strategy session to get you in. If you want to play, it's totalpreneur.com/join. Our call starts in 14 minutes for today. So I got to get ready for that. We decided the best way to do it was just to put them one after the other and give everybody a little bit of a pee break. So I just thought I would share that, because some people have put in the chat, like, what is it? So that's what it is. If you want to read more about it, cool. If you want to set up a session with me to do a strategy session, that's cool too. Love to have you. There'll be an email going out sometime this week. We just want to. I mean, this page is kind of not our typical pretty page. We've got more that we're going to be doing to make things prettier. We're going to be adding a Trailblazer Plus. It's not really ready. Don't click the sign up button. And Excalibur Nepal still haven't been built out yet. But that's what we're doing. And I'll encourage you guys to consider your own coaching programs as well as you grow. So there you go. Jay says you need at least a short break, Ken. That's true. Anyway, cool. So I won't read this out, Lynn. I'm reading your comment real quickly. Okay, overwhelmed. Let's get you in a strategy session then and talk about what you're doing. And you don't want to talk about this. And plus, I got to get off this call right now. But get into a strategy session. Let me put that link in here I'll give you a couple links real quick, because I got to get off and get ready for the next call. But let me also give you the link to make an appointment.
Ken, while you're putting those in,
yeah,
can I just say, this is Cindy? What I really liked out of today was that you showed us the ads, you showed us those pictures, and we all looked at them as a group, and you said, what's wrong with this? And it was so interesting. Everybody got something out of it different, and as soon as something else was pointed out, it's like, oh, I didn't see that. And it's nice, because what it does is, like, the next time I look at a picture like that, I'm going to start analyzing it because I have background from it. And I really appreciate that. I feel like I got a lot of information from just you doing that and helping us through what we're supposed to see and what's not right and what is right.
Awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's great. It's fun for me to do that. It really is a ton of fun. So real quick, as again, we're later than I wanted to be. If you guys want to do a session with me, feel free. Just pop into totalpreneur.com/make-and-appointment- or appointment, whatever. We're still showing March here. Um, understand this. We're using something called Appointments Plus. We will probably switch out of it because it's not time sensitive to your time zone, so it kind of sucks. So it's all based on USA Eastern time. It's based on what your blog is set up at, which is really stupid if you want to be a 24-hour organization. So I'm not loving what it does. It gets very confusing. I will also tell you that I've given you the schedule that best works that I can live with. So for some of you guys in the East Coast, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, or on certain days, just because of the availability that I've got. So just watch your time. Sunday evening is 11 o'clock at night. Eastern time is actually Monday morning for me. So bear with the availability that's there. But feel free and do that. I've given that to all the new people that have gotten SiteWrap, and I would certainly not deny you the opportunity for us to work together. And there you go. So thank you guys again. You are a trip. You make it worth being up at 5 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday mornings. So you really do. I've resisted doing stuff like this, as I said, and you really do make it a lot of fun. So I want to acknowledge you and thank you all much. Lynn, get on a call with me so we can go over that. So this is in totalpreneur.com, Sheila. Yeah. This is in totalpreneur.com. The members page, you should see what we're doing for the member site. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. We just hired a brand new art director, like an ad agency art director. So what she's doing is just, I mean, it's killer. It's really great. So I'm waiting to see the actual pages for my graphics for my guys to put together. You will love it. So that's coming. Thanks, Doug. I appreciate that. Yeah, so go right ahead in. Okay. Yeah, the Jim and Allison thing, I don't get involved in how he runs his stuff. So send a message either to his support or mine, and I'll pass it on to him. Okay. So all the SiteWrap stuff we take care of here, because we are two separate we're great friends, but we're two separate organizations. So we support everybody we sell, or everyone that's gets our product, but we can't support what Jim does. We don't know exactly what they're doing. So with anything Facebook oriented. So I totally want to make sure that you get the service that you need if you've done anything with us together. We do a lot of webinars together, and we'll put in, and you'll want to think about this with your own JVs. You'll put together joint venture products and offers and so on, and you'll do that with other people, which is smart. Okay, it's good joint marketing. But you got to make sure that your service supports either side. So if you have a way of reaching Jim directly, do that. Otherwise, send a message to our support line, support@totalpreneur.com, and we'll pass it along. Okay. Follow-ups on SiteWrap, all in our SiteWrap members area. Everything's in SiteWrap members area. And I don't know what his support is. Just do me a favor, Doug. Just send something to me to support@totalpreneur.com, and if you could quickly give me your email address, I will copy it. I will stick it in and Skype to Jim as soon as we hang up. But I've got to be on another call in less than 10 minutes, and I really got to go to take care of to have a bio break, if you know what I mean. So get it in there real quick into the chat. Just quickly give me your email. Oh, my pleasure, John. Thanks. Good seeing you. Okay, here we go. So we are no, Sheila. Actually, I'm not. We are 12 hours to East Coast time. In most cases, when the time zone changes or doesn't change. Now we're 11 hours different. So now it's 8 o'clock in the morning for me, and it's 9 o'clock at night for you guys on the East Coast of the U.S. Right now we're 12 hours from Central Time. So, okay, you guys, I got a bolt. Thank you all so very much. We will see you again soon. Hang on a minute, Doug. Let me just give it to him via Skype then. Okay. And thank you again, everybody. Love you, mean it, and we'll see you again. For those of you that are in Trailblazers, you should have your link. You are already in GoToWebinar. So I will see you there in just a few minutes. You've got to close out of this GoToWebinar and go into the new one. And Anil, I have not seen anything from you on joining the call. So if you have done that, pop me a note so we can get you in, because I haven't seen anything yet. Okay, you guys, love you. See you soon. Bye.
Bye, Ken.
Bye, everybody. Thanks, Cindy, for your help as always.